The hospitality landscape is shifting completely beneath our feet, and to succeed, we've got to fundamentally rethink how we operate. Welcome to this masterclass explainer on the evolution of the hybrid leader. Today, we're preparing you for the smart hotel of tomorrow by mastering the critical balance between high-tech efficiency and high-touch hospitality. Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. To guide our masterclass today, we'll be covering 5 core pillars. First, the digital lobby transition. Second, AI and data analytics. Third, the green front office. Fourth, meeting new guest expectations. And finally, we'll define the profile of the 2030 hybrid leader. All right, let's jump right into our first pillar, Section 1, the digital lobby transition, shifting from a physical desk to a fluid ecosystem. So what does this transition actually look like? Well, in the digital age, the traditional check-in desk is basically disappearing. It's being replaced by what we call invisible technology. These are digital integrations that seamlessly remove friction from the guest's journey. And let me be absolutely clear about this. This digital transformation, it's no longer just a luxury or some fun gimmick. It is the new baseline operational standard. If your property isn't utilizing invisible technology to streamline that arrival experience, you're literally already falling behind. This new standard relies heavily on a fully contactless ecosystem. First up, we've got mobile and keyless entry. Guests can now bypass the front desk entirely, right? They just use their smartphones to check in and unlock their doors using Bluetooth or NFC. Then there's biometrics and digital wallets. This means the whole shebang, from the moment they walk in to settling the final bill, is managed without a single point of physical contact. And finally, and honestly, this is probably the most crucial part for our operations, we have real-time PMS, or Property Management System integration. This invisible system automatically talks to housekeeping and maintenance, updating room statuses on the fly. No more manual radio calls, just quiet, seamless efficiency. Okay, moving right along to Section 2, AI and data analytics, the front office super assistant. 95%. That number represents a massive operational shift. You see, by crunching years of historical booking data, artificial intelligence can now actually predict our peak arrival times with 95% accuracy. Just think about what that means for a front office manager. We're finally moving from guessing to knowing. It allows for perfectly optimized staffing levels, so when that lobby suddenly gets packed, your team is completely ready and never overwhelmed. AI isn't here to replace the manager. It acts as a super assistant. It even powers chatbots to handle those repetitive guest inquiries, which deliberately frees up your human staff to handle the complex, meaningful interactions. And that brings us to a really crucial point, moving from guessing to knowing through hyper-personalization. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine your hotel's data shows a returning corporate guest almost always orders a late-night decaf espresso. Well, before that guest even walks up to the desk, the AI prompts your staff. So now, the team can proactively offer that exact decaf espresso right when they arrive, before the guest even has to ask. That is the definition of moving from guessing to knowing. It's exactly how technology elevates the human touch. This brings us to Section 3, the green front office, sustainability as a core brand value. Look, sustainability is no longer just about leaving a little card on the bed asking guests to reuse their towels. It has evolved into a core brand value that fundamentally dictates where modern eco-conscious travelers choose to stay. As a future-ready front office manager, you'll be leading what we call the paperless revolution. That means totally ditching physical registration cards and folios for digital ones. But it goes way deeper into operational sustainability too. We're talking about managing energy-efficient lobby lighting and deploying smart room technology like sensors that automatically turn off the climate control when a room is empty. These practices are an absolute must because they don't just help the planet, they massively reduce your overhead costs while winning over today's environmentally aware guests. Let's transition over to Section 4, meeting new guest expectations, the always-on traveler. Today's modern guest is highly informed, they're constantly connected, and above all else, they really value their time. And this creates a fascinating paradox for us. The new expectation demands both the speed of a machine for transactions and the warmth of a friend for interactions. Guests expect flawless, rapid efficiency when they just want to get to their room or pay a bill. But at the exact same time, as our daily lives get more and more saturated with tech, the premium they place on a genuine, emotional human connection literally skyrockets. Which is exactly why your role as a human leader is completely secure, provided you understand this dynamic. A smile, a shared laugh, a highly personalized local recommendation, those simply cannot be replicated by an algorithm. As a manager, you've got to train your teams to actively use technology to seamlessly absorb that transactional friction. When you let the invisible tech do the heavy lifting of checking IDs and running credit cards, your human staff member is entirely freed up to focus on what actually matters, the genuine interaction, that real emotional connection. And that leads us perfectly into our final pillar, Section 5, the 2030 hybrid leader, the profile of the future manager. So what does the front office manager of 2030 actually look like? Well, they have to be a hybrid leader, which requires a careful balance of a few distinct skill sets. First, you've got to be tech savvy, meaning you can manage and troubleshoot complex, integrated digital systems. Second, you must be data-driven. You need to interpret financial analytics and AI predictions to really optimize your operations. And third, and honestly most importantly, you must be emotionally intelligent. Add in a strong focus on sustainability to drive those green initiatives forward, and you get a leader who is bridging the high-tech and high-touch worlds every single day. Because as automation confidently takes over the routine, repetitive tasks in the lobby, your daily responsibilities are going to shift. Your role becomes much less about administrative paper pushing and much, much more about coaching your people and managing high-level, complex guest relations. The future belongs to leaders who fully embrace technological change, but who never lose sight of the absolute core of hospitality. And the core of hospitality is, and always will be, taking care of people. We've explored the digital lobby, the real power of AI, the absolute necessity of green operations, and the ultimate paradox of modern guest expectations. The landscape has undeniably changed. But honestly, the opportunity for incredible leadership has only grown. The tools are right there, the expectations are clear, so the only question left to ask as you continue your journey here at Europe Hotel School is this: are you ready to lead the smart hotel?